You may have seen my video about taking Tau to a tournament soon and building my list around a Tau suit. Well, it's got me hyper-focused over which are the best Tau units, as essentially I've only got 1,000 points left to build the rest of my list. This isn't a tier list, it's just highlighting the best units. Starting off with the best name characters, SHADOWSUN, a Tau Sept character but can be taken with any army in a Supreme Commander attachment. So that means for 0 CP you can get an extra commander, which is always good. You'll also be able to mix septs, but makes most sense if you take her in the Tau Sept. As usual for a commander, she has a reroll hits of 1 aura, and also gives out a reroll all hits to a unit. She can't be targeted unless she's the nearest eligible unit, and -1 to hit, so she's going to be hanging around, and the infiltration ability allows her to play anywhere outside the opponent's deployment zone, and a special warlord trait also allows you to redeploy between 1 and 3 units as well. Her auras get buffed up to 12 inches in the Tau Sept, with the 3+ save, 5+ invuln, and drones that give her a 4+ invuln. She's hanging around, and an absolutely fantastic character, FARSIGHT. And if you're running the FARSIGHT Enclaves, then he's essentially an auto take. He's cheap and he's great. In the FARSIGHT Enclaves, units get a marker light within 9 inches, but being near FARSIGHT, that's extended to 12 inches. Also, you get to reroll a wound roll, but near FARSIGHT, that's all wounds. A great force multiplier. He also gets the usual commander reroll hits of 1 aura. He's got some reasonable shooting, and he's good in combat with flat 3 damage. Also with an inbuilt 4+ invuln, can be sticking around, and critically gives crisis units fall back and shoot and ignore hit and roll modifiers. LONGSTRIKE, 3+ ballistic skill, and it's all about that railgun. He gets a +1 to wound against vehicles and monsters, gets a reroll a hit, and Tau Sept gets a reroll a wound. Automatically fires assuming there's a marker light, so that could be for himself or giving it out to another core unit nearby. So that's hitting on 2s with a reroll, wounding on 2s with a reroll, and D3 +9 damage. His special warlord trait will give a core unit 6s to hit auto wound. Stick that on your Pathfinders with their railguns. Lovely. Now for the best non-characters. KROOT Carnivores. Actually the best troop choice. Cheap at 60 points for 10 models. They get a pre-game move of 7 inches. And the special KROOT rules, which means while they're in cover they get an extra +1 to the save, taking them down to a 4+ save. So it's not that bad considering how cheap they are. Great for screening and leaving on objectives, and those extra points you're saving can go elsewhere. KROOT Hounds, 4 models for 24 points, what more can you ask for? They got a 12-inch move and a pre-game 7-inch move. They also get to reroll advance and charges, you can be super fast around the board, helping your objective game, and they also get the KROOT additional +1 to save as well. Every little helps. Crisis suits. You wouldn't see a list about the best of Tau without seeing these, and they are the best buffable units in the codex. They can fall back and shoot, they can ignore modifiers, they can gain obsec, they can also advance 18 inches, and strike and fade. Even though they had big points increases, it's still great. Just pick guns wisely as spamming one particular gun can get very expensive, and going for 2 5-man squads can be devastating. Lastly, the commanders, and there are 3 variants, all top picks, ballistic skill 2+. They can be really buffed up, and they also give buffs out. I'd say you could take all 3 and be happy. But if you really want to know which is the best and why, then why not watch this video next as I go for a deep dive and then answer that question.